Have you ever wondered how one person's courage can change the course of an entire nation? Today, we're diving into the Bible story of Esther, a powerful tale of faith, courage, and God's hidden hand working behind the scenes. It's a story about an ordinary woman who became a queen, faced incredible danger, and risked everything to save her people. Whether you know this story or you're hearing it for the first time, get ready, because Esther's journey will remind you that you are never too small for God to use in a big way. Our story begins in the ancient kingdom of Persia, ruled by King Xerxes, also known as Ahasuerus. King Xerxes was powerful, wealthy, and loved to throw extravagant parties. During one of his grand feasts, he called for his queen, Vashti, to come and show off her beauty to his guests. But Queen Vashti refused, and that one act cost her the crown. So the king decided to search for a new queen. Across the vast empire, young women were brought to the palace for selection. Among them was a beautiful Jewish girl named Esther. Esther wasn't from a royal family. She was an orphan, raised by her cousin Mordecai, who loved her deeply and taught her to trust in God. When Esther was taken to the palace, she was humble, kind, and full of grace. The king noticed her immediately. Out of all the women, he chose Esther to be his new queen. Imagine that, a simple girl from an exiled people, now wearing the royal crown of Persia. But Esther didn't reveal her true identity. As a Jew, Mordecai advised her to keep it a secret. For now, while Esther lived in the palace, Mordecai discovered a plot to kill the king. He warned Esther, and she told the king, saving his life. But soon after, a powerful and proud man named Haman rose to become the king's top official. Everyone bowed before Haman, everyone except Mordecai. This made Haman furious. When he found out Mordecai was a Jew, his anger grew into hatred. He didn't just want to punish Mordecai, he wanted to destroy all the Jews in the kingdom. So Haman went to the king and said, "There's a group of people scattered across your empire who don't obey your laws. It's best to get rid of them." The king, not realizing the truth, agreed and signed a law allowing all Jews to be killed on a certain day. When Mordecai heard this terrible news, he tore his clothes and cried out in grief. He sent word to Esther, "You must go to the king and beg for our lives." But Esther was terrified. No one, not even the queen, could approach the king without being summoned. The law was clear. Anyone who entered uninvited could be put to death unless the king held out his golden scepter. Esther hesitated. She knew the risk. But then Mordecai sent a powerful message that changed everything. Don't think that because you live in the palace, you'll escape. Who knows if you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
This was her moment, her purpose. She told Mordecai, "Go and gather all the Jews. Fast for 3 days. Don't eat or drink. I and my servants will fast too. Then I will go to the king, and if I perish, I perish." For 3 days, Esther prayed and fasted. She wasn't relying on beauty or power, she was relying on God. On the 3rd day, Esther put on her royal robes and went to see the king. The entire palace held its breath. Would he be angry? Would she be killed? But when the king saw her, his heart softened. He smiled and held out his golden scepter. Esther was safe. "What is it, Queen Esther?" he asked. "You can ask for anything, even up to half my kingdom."
Esther didn't rush. She wisely invited the king and Haman to a special banquet. Then, at a second banquet, she finally spoke the truth. With courage and grace, she said, "My king, if I have found favor in your sight, spare my life and the lives of my people. For we have been sold to be destroyed." The king was shocked. Who would dare do such a thing? Esther pointed and said, "The enemy is this wicked Haman." In that moment, everything changed. The king was furious. Haman's evil plot was exposed, and he was punished on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai. The king issued a new decree allowing the Jews to defend themselves. When the appointed day came, they were victorious. Mordecai was honored, and Esther's bravery became a story of deliverance celebrated for generations. The Jews established a festival called Purim, to remember how God turned sorrow into joy and defeat into victory. The story of Esther reminds us that even when God seems silent, He is always at work behind the scenes. You don't have to be powerful or famous to make a difference. Like Esther, your courage, your faith, and your obedience can change lives, maybe even change history. So when life feels uncertain, remember this: you are here, right now, for such a time as this. For more animation Bible stories, subscribe to SoloWise Studio, like and click on the notification bell.